All right, let's go. Ayo, we're three hot guys sharing our opinions because we're special and different. Gold medals, we're winning. Can't help it if we're burdened by our intellect. You can play checkers while we pretend we know the rules to chess. The council has spoken, and we are the chosen. Your nose is broken because I broke it.
Sucks.
And welcome back to another episode of Will of the Council. It's your boy Joseph. I've got Jordan in the booth.
I am sitting in the middle of a room of 20 short people.
You've got Danny, who appears to be leaping out of his chair and running at light speed to beat the hell out of anyone else trying to sit in the interlocutor's throne.
I was going to make a joke about Jordan being tall and be like, so why are you so tall? But I have no idea what to do with what you said.
And of course, we've got Becky on the ones and twos. How is everybody doing today? Folks, we are bum rushing these. I have to leave for like 18 engagements in a row. So we're going to be a couple of weeks behind here. If the American experiment ends before these go up, just, know that we're talking about random bullshit for that reason and not because, we don't care.
Yeah, and we're making Joseph's death incredibly political, like super political.
Yeah, super political.
Oh, by the way,
definitely.
if these come out and I have already died on a plane, I want you all to people are like, why do you have to politicize a death? I guarantee you all are going to have to find a way to make it political. I'm going to need it to be everybody's fault. I'm going to need it to be Elon Musk's fault. I'm going to need it to be Donald Trump's fault. Put Joe Biden in there. What do I care? Throw him in there too. I think George Soros paid the Korean restaurant that gave me food poisoning. Right. You all had better twist this in every possible direction.
I bet the Boeing 737 was vaccinated,
Yes.
It made you gay in the plane.
Yep.
Yeah. And the altitude, as
The
it were.
altitudes made you gay and trash. Anyway, so the bit of a preamble here is, for anybody that doesn't know, there's this sort of genre of content that gets posted, and I don't know, it's the stupidest shit ever. It's just debate lord Reddit shit, but it does serve a purpose to kind of look at dumb people like you would an animal at a zoo.
Yeah, like a zoo.
Jubilee.
Yeah, we're talking about Jubilee today. Why are we talking about Jubilee? Sam Cedar went on it, right? And it's in the news again. Every time they get a big name, it's in the news because there's some clip where he says something like he's talking about government agencies, and some kid is like, well, the government agencies, they get tax cuts. And he has to be like, no, the government collects taxes. They don't pay taxes. And the kid's like, actually, technically, that is not correct. Actually, technically, you're not correct about that. And it's just
my favorite.
It's wonderful. We thought it could be a cool jumping off point to talk about the concept of these in general, because I don't know about all of you. This is to me, the lowest form of entertainment. This
I agree.
It's like Cocomelon for DNC
Yes,
staffers.
it's
I love it. It's so good.
God, dude.
It's honestly also
you.
built in a lab for streamers to react to. It's
it's
crazy.
So many things these days are constructed from the ground up to be watched on someone else's Twitch stream, and this is one of the most reactable channels of all time. I get it. They might as well just put Asmongold in the corner. We don't need to waste time with the preamble.
But it works because you're just like, but this is perfect content to scream at.
I think that they're really great second monitor content.
Yeah.
If you just want to get your blood pressure going, I love them. They're amazing. And I mean, honestly, Jubilee, if you're listening, we got to get on it. We have to get on it.
Dude.
Yeah, what are we tricking them with? Two.
So they get one guy to sit in the interviewer's chair, and then we would be 3 of the 20 people in the circle around it.
Got it.
I'm thinking we go on as Will of the Council, so we can all sit on each other's laps. And when someone wants to hop in and debate the guy, they have to run to the chair faster than anyone else. I know Peeps would be laying kids out. He would take an 18-year-old Groiper influencer and snap him over his knee Bane style. Yeah. I'm ready.
I
think we could do this.
It's going to be actually, I think feminism is the reason that the male suicide rate is higher or some stupid shit like that. And then I would just fucking super speed flash my way into the fucking seat.
We definitely need to get an alternative Jubilee experience. Chess boxing?
It's called Jubilee. Anyway,
Jubilee. Oh my god.
It's just not remotely funny.
No,
That's
it's
great,
Hawk
dude.
Jubilee.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell is chess boxing? What the hell is that?
Oh, so chess boxing is this sport where it's half chess and then there's a boxing like round and then you go back to the chess. So
That's awesome.
same concept here. What you do is you start debating and then there's a button in the middle and either of you can press it at any time. And when you hit the button, both of you just start wailing on each other. You get to an impasse in the argument and they're like, all right, let's settle this. Beep. And then you just pop, 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 pop. Just beat the shit out of each other.
I need this. I would do this in a heartbeat.
We got to do this for sure. It is, I think, the way to solve it. Not to be like, as a debater. But it's so funny seeing how like debate has become this like hugely important thing. Everyone's always like, we need to exchange ideas and like we need to be able to come to a consensus through the modicum of debate and shit like that. And it's like, I don't think anyone really believes that, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I think it's just proven that is just completely ineffective now. That shit
It does
matters
nothing.
less than ever.
Literally nothing.
If your goal is to convince people, you just give speeches past each other. But really what debate is an adversarial thing. So like it never behooves you to like come to a consensus. It's so funny that like the sport of debate, I guess, that like kids do in high school and college has just become so like min-maxed that it doesn't represent this stupid Jubilee bullshit at all. It's them getting into like a standards debate on like a fucking K-shell they lifted out of a 2006 back file. But for some reason, there is a market for like, we're just going to sit down and yell at each other about something we both know like probably about as much as Wikipedia.
But the weird thing is, like, Sam Cedar of the Majority Report, it's a progressive media outlet.
Thank you. I want
Pretty
to
much-
explain who Sam was at some point.
I'm assuming everybody, well,
I don't
maybe
think
people
so. I think it's fine to explain him.
Anyway, Sam Cedar is probably one of the, I don't want to say like leading voices, but Sam Cedar and by proxy, the Majority Report is just like a very popular and very well structured and well researched, like left-leaning media outlet or like YouTube channel. I think it also has like a Twitch stream or whatever. But like Sam Cedar is like, he's been in politics for forever and he's like not just a react. I don't know. He's not the, it's weird. Like even Pete Buttigieg was on one of these things. Like, I don't know how this sort of weird format of debate found its way to being so popular, I guess. It really is just because it's like
it's totally
reactable
algorithmic.
content.
It's
Yeah,
like
it
is like
that's-
how songs are written to be TikToked. Like these talking points are written to be shouted at you from 20 people at once, while you sit in the center and go, not very logical.
Yeah, and then the clips get shared on Twitter like crazy or whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's hard because I think debate falls into these sort of two buckets in my own brain, where I think it is important to have someone who is clearly not as well researched say something like immigrants are ruining the nation or something, and then having somebody that knows what they're talking about go, that's wrong and here's why, and I'm going to discuss like why this is incorrect. But then you have other things where it's just, you know, it's like proving that the other person is stupid, which I think is so against the project of getting more people on your side.
You've read less Wikipedia than me, dumbass.
Right. Exactly. Like,
Yep.
what does this serve? I don't understand the purpose of this. And it's entertainment.
It's a humiliation ritual. It's
Yeah.
a humiliation ritual.
And the humiliation could go either way, right? Like it's either
Yeah.
the person in the middle, like, you know, if you know anything about Sam Cedar, I know for a fact that Sam could walk 7 million circles around anyone, you know, who might try and attack any of his viewpoints. He's a smart guy. He's been doing this forever. He's debated people constantly and has always been, you know, very active like that. So probably the more embarrassing people are the people who are going to try and fight him, which, you know, we already heard a clip of a guy being like, the government, they don't get funded. They take our tax or whatever. And he's like, shut up, you're dumb. Or it's the opposite, where you see like someone like Charlie Kirk getting owned by like regular people.
That is funny, though.
It's really funny.
I like the people they find. They always find the craziest people.
The
It'll
most
be like
insane people.
2 guys who are on DNC payroll as like master debaters that they like slut out to all these little speaking engagements. And then it'll be like a guy who sells supplements. It'll be a guy with like a fashion brand. It'll be like 3 small children whose claim to fame was like, I don't know, like they'll get the kid from the State of the Union who had a brain injury and then wanted to be a cop. Like it's all just weird, strange influencers who show up to these things.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, I am an influencer, so I'm going to walk circles around this kid.
I don't know. It's weird. I can't believe that this is how politics has sort of evolved, because it just seems so unhelpful. But then again, I guess that's the
It's just
sort
so
of divisiveness.
YouTube brain. It's so Mr.
Yeah.
Beast brained. Like, it's so like, I want to create a game and content out of like the dumbest thing ever. Because like the only debate I knew of, like when I was like 15, 16, was like the weird, debate structure format you learn kind of in high school and college, like debate formats, getting like topics ready to like counter people's like opinion or whatever. And it's Joseph used to do it, and was very good at it. But now it's like, what if I put this gay guy versus 20 homophobes? Like,
That's just a hate crime. What are they going to say? Like,
that's the title of
what are you
these.
going to be like? I'm gay when I fucking hate all gay people. All right, let me just sit down across from you. What's your fucking problem?
3 weeks ago, they had Michael Knowles No Bounds versus 25 LGBTQ plus.
What is the purpose of that? Honestly,
I love the concept of get a gay guy in, 20 homophobes. They just sit down and they're like, time for the friendly debate, and they go, homo. What are they gonna say?
What are they gonna say? There's no debate
Oh
here.
my god.
it's just I'm going to debate the validity of my existence. And that's awful, because all it serves is for people on both sides to be like, this affirms my belief. No, this affirms my belief. And I'm going to jerk off to myself and clip some epic moments. And I don't know. Just shit's whatever. I guess no shame to the people that do these in terms of like attend these. Like, I'm not mad at Sam Cedar for doing the fucking.
I know.
Jubilee
Everyone
thing.
who does them should be fucking shot out of a cannon.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I take it back.
But
True.
he's right, though. Like, I'm sorry if you're on the show where it's like, one pro-lifer versus 25 pro-choicers. Like, you gotta go, man.
They got to start doing things that aren't politics, though. They got to get like one creepypasta fan versus 18
Yes!
SCP Foundation mods.
Oh my
like
God.
Sonic.
You say that.
What? Wait. It's what if they have like a power scaling one, and they're like, "Hi, I'm Chris, and I think Goku Base can solo Saitama." And then 20 people just like sprint for the center, and they're like, "What about the fucking Monster Hunter arc?" And he's like, "You don't understand that Base Goku has exceeded his capacity even without Kaioken 15 times over." And they just like start getting into it. Wait, we got to do this.
That's
Wait, no one
actually
do this. Wait,
insane.
No, you're saying
We gotta-
this, but they have a video out like a month ago that says, who is the anime hater? 5 anime fans versus 1 secret hater. Like, describing that exact video.
that one you can do by the smell test, right?
Yeah.
Wait, they actually do one. I'm looking at the rest of their videos. Gay men test their gaydar. You have to guess if the person is gay or straight. One, this is not hard. Listen, I love you straight folks, but like you can tell immediately. You can just tell, and it has to do with
Okay,
like
then why does everyone come to
grooming?
my stream and call me gay?
I was just gonna say,
Because
no
they're making
people
fun of you.
can. No, they can't.
but
I
Can't
have been.
say that. That's not true.
Here's what I actually think is the deal. You just start sucking. You do the gay or straight thing. If there's money on the line, I'm like, all right, let's fuck. And if they say no, I mean, you got it.
You're so annoying.
That's like the worst thing.
Yes, get me out of here.
There's like 70 things wrong with that. Can we please?
Wait,
go to Reddit?
I'm scrolling down in between the like, this is a serious, studious message. What happened 2024 election? Democrats, moderate versus woke. And then like you scroll down a little bit
Oh,
and you
I
have
hate you, Jubilee. I hate you so
virgin
It's
or
so
not.
dumb.
Test your radar. That's a good one. Who's autistic? Test your radar. That's good.
It's insane. That's why I
like
said
this
Mr.
one.
Beast.
Fit men versus fit women. Yeah, I'm trying to fit men and I'm trying to fit women. You know what I'm saying?
Heyo.
Okay. All right. Everybody ready?
much. I gotta do this Super Mario 64 spin on you and like throw
Yeah.
you like so long.
Into an explosion.
Yeah.
No,
All
man,
right.
that's how I get my gaydar going. I do a BLJ. I'm like, all right, we all ready?
This podcast might be bad. Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, it sucks. But, and I know I'll tell you, we might be the third monitor content to Jubilee's second.
True.
Good enough.
We got 3 bangers for today. This first one comes from Best of Redditor Update, 17 hours old. It's a bit of an old post, but I like it. And here's why I like it. The title is My 27M, girlfriend of 4 years, 26F, let's do a little mental math, okay, has recently become obsessed with a male streamer, and I feel really uncomfortable about it.
Hey, I'm sorry, poster. I get it. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes, you know,
As the
sometimes...
canonical hot one.
Yeah.
Well, okay, hold
people, by the way-
up. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Post is 4 years old. You know, one of us here was streaming 4 years ago.
I can't argue with that shit. God damn it.
True.
That's
Wait,
true.
no, but it was recently became obsessed. Nice try, dummy.
No, that's the first time my videos were any good, was 4 years ago.
True.
Well, okay, I want as a quick tangent before you start reading the post is that I've gotten a couple emails to like my business and other locations where I have been referred to as kind of myself. Joseph has been referred to as Jillian's husband, and Jordan has been referred to as the hot one. So just want to put that out there.
We've also gotten some messages where, like, once we started voice matching the little shorts, people were like, I did not think Jordan was the one that looked like that.
Look, I'm a tenor. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
It's okay.
Never
You got that
apologize
light,
for
airy
being a
voice.
tenor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Never
know.
apologize for being a tenor.
I'm the baritone.
Yeah.
He's like shamed about it. Oh.
Well, my voice is so good and husky, and girls always want to fuck me when they hear me talk.
So funny.
So stupid.
You know, we call you people bass cleffers behind your back.
Oh my god.
Look at that
that's a slur.
fucking bass cleffer.
Dude, that's not funny. My dad was a bass cleffer.
That's
So
actually
you're right about one thing.
extremely
It's not funny.
This is the most theater kid joke ever, but it's so
Let's get into the fucking post. Let's get into the
I'm
post.
sorry.
This is really embarrassing to even post about, and I don't even know if my feelings about the situation are valid or if I'm just being a jealous boyfriend. So my girlfriend and I have lived together for 2 years now, and it's great. She's admittedly my first girlfriend, so I am a bit inexperienced, but our relationship has been steady and happy, and I was planning on proposing to her this year, but my plans were squashed by current events. Why? What happened?
Why? What happened in 2020?
2020? What happened?
I don't know.
I don't get it. Anyway, keep reading.
Master Duel release. My girlfriend
true,
lost her
right.
job back in July thanks to you-know-what, and it really devastated her. It was pretty close to being a dream job for her, so she took it really hard. She started panicking about finding another job in this market. I am really fortunate to have a well-paying essential job. God, remember the concept of essential work?
Dog.
When they had the, like, Baskin-Robbins mascot out there being like,
never
oh,
wanna
we
hear
can't
that shit
lose
ever
you,
again.
baby.
I never want to hear that shit ever again.
He takes a picture in the bathroom. He's like, bruh, what makes me an essential worker? And it's like
Yeah.
an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Essential for Baskin's Robbins line to go up.
Yeah. My favorite is the image of the billboards where it's like, thank your local heroes. And it's like a pizza driver.
That's like true though. I do like it's like the point of essential work, I think more than anything else, was to remind us that like all the people in finance are just playing with blocks all day. They're just like doing color matching.
Like
They're trying to put the square in the square hole, and they're like, you can all go home early today. There's a pandemic. Everybody collect some worksheets and you can do them by the end of the week. Meanwhile, the Domino's guy, he's got to keep making the fucking pizza.
There's a bio weapon outside. Oh, keep making pepperoni pizzas with extra sauce on it, okay?
All right.
It's essential.
She started panicking about finding another job in this market. I am fortunate to have a well-paying essential job in minor debt, so I was happy to let her have a break for a few months. She was already getting kind of depressed from the quarantining. Her job was work from home, and I thought about letting her rest and recover for a bit, and she readily agreed and was super helpful. She really stepped up. The apartment has become super clean. She's making delicious, elaborate dinners. Since it's just 2 of us in a 1-bedroom apartment, there's not too much mess, and we still have a ton of free time. She became tired of all the stuff on streaming services and started watching more YouTube. Then her friends invited her to play a game with them, and she got hooked and started watching YouTube videos about it. Clock it now, it's Among Us, right?
Oh, 2020 Among Us? Maybe. But why
I
don't you
don't
need to watch
know.
YouTube videos about Mafia,
Are
right?
you
Like,
kidding
just
me?
like-
All the streamers were going hard on Among Us. Everyone
I
was playing
agree.
Among Us all day.
Okay, sorry. If it's just watching like gameplay or like fun stuff, then yeah, definitely.
It's Among Us.
Okay.
Her
sure.
friends invited her to play a game with them, and she got hooked onto it and started watching YouTube videos about it. That's how she found the streamer. My girlfriend's interest in video games before this was limited mostly to Mario Kart, so I was taken aback by her suddenly watching Twitch and YouTube 24/7, but I was excited for her to find a new hobby or interest at first. Now everything is about this guy. She follows him on every social media platform and is either rewatching old streams of him when he's not streaming or she's watching him live. This guy can stream for hours and hours at a time, mostly when I'm finally home from work and want to spend time with her. If I ask her to watch a movie, she'll keep an earbud in and have him streaming on her phone, barely paying attention to the movie. She shows me a lot of clips from the streams that are funny, and I guess I can see why she thinks it's fun to watch him, but I'm getting jealous of this guy. Her mood on the days he doesn't stream is always low. She acts really grumpy around me. She's paid money to become a subscriber. Not sure how that works. What? We live very different lives. And I confronted her about possibly sending him donation money, but she assures me she hasn't. She's pretty good with money, so I like to think she's telling the truth. But at this point, I don't know how to feel. I'm scared to hurt her feelings, especially since she's finally seeming happier. I make a joke the other day about how she likes him more than me, and she got really offended by it. So I don't even know how to broach the topic. I don't want to control what she does with her free time, but I feel like this guy has replaced me. At the same time, I feel stupid of being jealous of a guy that she is interested in and is semi-famous. It's not like she's his one and only fan. Am I feeling threatened for no reason? Or should I actually be worried about this? TLDR, girlfriend lost job and has more free time now, found a streamer and became obsessed with him. I don't know if I'm justified in feeling jealous.
This is so weird because it's almost like he's assuming a parasocial relationship for her, you know? Like, he's like the one that's saying, oh my gosh, she's friends with this guy because she watches his stream. And it's like, that's not how it works, man. All right, we'll dig into it, I guess.
Wait, before we start, all of us have been around Twitch, they mentioned Twitch and YouTube here, YouTube gaming. Who is it? Who is it for real?
Okay, so I have read the post already. They do reveal, and I know who it is.
Okay, can we all take guesses? Oh, no, you know it. Can Danny and I
well,
take
yeah,
guesses?
you two can guess.
Me and Jordan.
So think about it this way.
Guess
2020 streams a popular game with their friends. That's what you need to know.
I know exactly who it is.
I think it has to be Ludwig, right?
It's Ludwig.
It has to be Ludwig. It has to be. It has to be old Luddy.
Yep, it's Ludwig 100%.
Would you like to know the answer?
I do, actually.
Or do you want to
Danny,
save it for the end?
We'll save it.
Okay, we'll save it. I guess let's talk about this. I'm going to go to bat for the streamer here. Streamers' rights and all that. First and foremost, I want to say,
so true.
I doubt any of this has ever happened with our shit. But if any of you have ever had this happen to your significant other because of stuff that we put out, I want to reinforce this now. We will never do a fuck a fan contest.
Correct.
We will never form a relationship with a viewer. So you better give it up, lady.
Never?
Danny, shut up.
Danny's pretty desperate, but the rest of us won't. Okay,
yeah, he's right.
No,
he's
so
right.
I do kind of want to go one specific angle with this, which is I know how this reads, and I think the guy is, you get that he's a little insecure from this, right?
Yeah, of course.
And
yes.
I don't love this framing where he's like, my role in the relationship as someone who's interesting and fun to spend time with has been usurped by someone who is being, for lack of a better word, algorithmically interesting. Like interesting as a job,
Yeah.
Of course you feel outcompeted for attention by this guy whose job is to get as much attention as possible all the time.
Right.
I get that. That's frustrating. I think that's a thought pattern you're going to have to break yourself out of because it's going to put you kind of in a hole. There's so much more to a relationship than watching someone else play a video game.
Yeah.
That said, I still do think the girlfriend is kind of fucking up here.
I agree.
And I think she's fucking up in the same way she would be fucking up if she was watching too much of a specific TV show or she was spending too much time playing a specific game. This thing where she's like watching a movie but is listening to a stream in the other earbud.
Correct.
It's like that meme where it's the ADHD guy who has the fan going and Balatro going and the movie going. And it's that, but part of spending quality time is being there and being attentive. And unfortunately, Jillian listens to this podcast, so I want to get out in front of the hate and apologize for the times I've been on my phone while we watch a movie.
Yeah.
It is, of course, important to be there when you are there. And, I think this added layer of insecurity because it's another guy is one thing that's not super healthy. But I think the distraction is kind of the core central issue here, and I think the guy is totally valid for feeling ignored.
Also, assuming it's Ludwig, the insecurity also makes sense because Ludwig is super hot.
He's so hot.
He's a good-looking dude.
Although
not bald though.
By the way, I do want to say he is totally fucking. He wants to be Northern Lion so bad, and it's not going to happen. You can't.
Get in line, buddy.
It's like finding Einstein's brain in a bottle and being like, what's the deal with that? It's a brain. I have one of those. It's not like that, man. It just isn't like that.
There's only one. It's Northern Lion. We're not going to get into that. Anyway, Danny, go ahead.
I was just going to say, when you said he's justified in feeling, what was the word you used? It wasn't jealous. It was something else.
Oh, ignored.
Right. Ignored.
Right.
Jealousy. Yes. I guess I understand why you could feel jealous, but like, I think that's more on the insecurities the guy might have. Right.
Yeah.
Like, because if you feel like jealous of the guy, I think it might be manifesting like feelings, which is normal, but it also means that like you're not getting your quality time, right? Like you're not getting your attention, your kind of reassurance and things like, and not that you like would need it per se, but just like, you know, your reassurance can come from the one-on-one time you get with your partner. And when you don't get that, it spawns that maybe jealous feelings for whatever attention it is. Like it could be not a guy. It could, like Joseph said, it could be like something else in action, a thing that they're doing. It's like you could be jealous of like the action or whatever activity she might have been doing because it's like, well, you love football more than me or something like that, you know? And so I think it is definitely jealous feelings manifest from that inattentiveness to his feelings and love and attention and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really the thing that I probably wouldn't have been too hard on her for this, because really she's just consuming content. You know, she's just like, oh, I found a YouTube channel that I like or a Twitch streamer that I think is funny, and just consuming content. You know, we need a lot of people to do that for our income. So please continue to do so.
Don't stop.
Don't stop. Consume content, please. But there is a point where it's like, okay, I want to be with you. Why do you have your earbud in your ear when we want to watch something? Like, is there something you want to watch together? I mean, I really don't want to watch a Twitch streamer together with you. Can we please like watch a movie? And I would like you to be mostly present while you're watching this with me. I don't think that's too terrible of an ask. I think, of course, he is attributing this to a problem that isn't there. I don't think it's like this huge parasocial attraction to this streamer. I think it is just she has been absorbed into the algorithm and is just binging YouTube content rather than like being parasocially in love. That's my take.
Yeah, I mean, we should talk about probably the surrounding catastrophe, which was COVID, right? Like people's brains got broken, you know?
Yeah,
they were
did.
desperate for anything that even remotely looked like socialization. So I understand where she's coming from. I get it. It was really, you know, a rough time, but you do have to still, you know, maintain a little bit of normalcy when it comes to the ones you love. And honestly, I think something as simple as a check-in that's like, hey, you're spending a lot of time on social media and not a lot of time, you know, in the real world. Can we schedule some time where we unplug or something? Would go a long way.
Yep.
Hey, and as we all love, I mean, bottle night is any time.
Bottle night.
Know?
You could do bottle
It's
night.
a perfect way. Put the phones down and you both drink a bottle of wine.
And get
from the top to
insanely
bottom.
drunk. Yep. Yep. That's how to do it. I think pro tip, I guess, because I also consume a lot of YouTube content, and I can't really, not that I can't, but I don't really want to just like throw it up on the TV because it's, I don't know, it's like a playthrough or something like that, or like a podcast that's like dorky or whatever. Not that I want to hide it from Mariah, but it's, I don't know, I don't need to play that on the TV. All this to say, throw some earbuds in, get some Bluetooth headphones, and listen to it while you clean. That is amazing. That's like the hack. If you have content that you're interested in, but your significant other is not, just use it and then clean. Oh, it's perfect.
CCD, baby. Cleaning, cooking, and driving.
Yep. Oh, my God.
It's good.
It's the hack. 100%.
All right, y'all ready to vote on this?
Half the people listening here are probably doing that right now. I hear you. I hear your vacuum cleaner. I know you're cleaning right now.
Yes, I'm ready to vote.
Yeah, let's vote.
Decision time.
All right, when it comes to this guy, is he being an asshole? Jordan?
No. I was at bat for the girlfriend in this situation at first, but the having an earbud in when watching a movie together, that's just, honestly, it's just disrespectful. I don't know. It's disrespectful of your significant other's time. Quality time is very important, and you should adhere to that. So he's not being an asshole here, no.
Danny?
No, I think this guy's feelings are very, very normal. And it comes along with dealing with the aftermath of the pandemic and also the world we live in today, where like everything grabs your attention so hard now. And it's a struggle that many people have to go through. It's very normal. It's normal for the girlfriend to kind of have this kind of new obsession and have a new kind of community of fun, especially during that time. And also for the guy to feel kind of like a little lonely, jealous, whatever, upset. And it's fine. And I think I agree with what you said earlier, Joseph, of just like a check-in and being like, hey, let's talk. I would love to spend more quality time with you.
Yeah, and I got to agree. That's a 3-0.
But wait.
Are you ready to hear how it turned out?
I would love to.
Oh, I gotta hear this streamer.
I know. I can't wait.
Okay.
Oh, what if it's... Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Update 6 days later. So here's the update. I read every comment on my post. Sorry for not replying. I got really overwhelmed by the feedback I was getting and I shut it down for a bit. I should have said something to her earlier before I let it get to this point. I acknowledge that. I posted on Thursday. I was really lucky that he ended up not streaming on Friday. I told her that morning we should get takeout from our favorite place and have a date night. She was really excited. I picked the food up, came home, and she was watching old clips. But I was able to get her off her phone and we had a nice time together. Then I asked her if we could talk and she agreed. I told her that I was hurt by how she hasn't been paying much attention to me since she started watching him. Okay, first off, what is this fucking trap that he set?
Yeah, come on. Don't do this.
Just say you want to talk. Don't be like, we're going to have a fun date night. Psych. I'm going to unload on you.
Yeah, that's not. If you need to
No
talk,
tricks.
say you need to talk. Just never mind.
I said I was also worried about her mental state because a lot of people had mentioned she might be depressed. She apologized for the movie incident, but said that nothing was wrong mentally. I told her I would pay for therapy if she needed it, but she said no and ended up really grumpy at me. I guess I messed up that conversation. I feel
Really?
bad about how that night went, so I wanted to make it up to her and plan a better date night for Saturday and trap her again.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, this guy rocks, actually.
This guy's so good. I went out and got some stuff to set it up. When she woke up the next morning, I told her we were going out tonight, and she seemed excited. When she was cooking dinner, I went out to my car and decorated it for Christmas. Bows and lights on the inside. I had a stash of candies and chocolates. We had dinner and then got in the car. She was super excited. We went and picked up some hot chocolate. Music was playing. I had a whole route of the best Christmas lights planned, along with a grand finale of the big local drive-through lights. We had a great time for about 30 minutes until a notification popped up on her phone that he was live. Then everything went downhill. She started watching him, and I asked her to please be present with me. She told me this was a really interesting stream they were doing. I started getting frustrated.
Oh,
Can you please be present with me?
on.
Okay. Normally, yes, but this stream is going to be really good.
Of course.
She was missing the lights to watch him playing Minecraft. Lock in. Who is it? It's Dream. No. I
still think
pulled
it's
over and
Ludwig.
told her
Might
that
not be
either she
Ludwig
puts
anymore.
the phone away for the rest of the night or we're going back home since she didn't want to be present on our date. I told her she can watch later. The recording will be there. She doesn't need to watch live. Also true. I did get angry
Yes.
and raised my voice, which I shouldn't have to because she started crying. I felt like an asshole, so I silently drove us back to our apartment and she locked herself in the bedroom. I sat on the couch and I came to the conclusion that my feelings had been hurt one too many times. Maybe I didn't give her enough chances, but the pain was overwhelming, and I decided we needed to break up. 4 years gone like that. She woke up, I told her as calmly as I could that I would not be the third wheel in a relationship to a streamer, and that she needed help. She freaked out, she begged me to reconsider. I told her I didn't see the relationship salvageable at this point, but if she gets help, finds a new job, and stops watching him so obsessively, it might. She sobbed and threw a bag of her stuff together and left to her parents' house. Her dad called me screaming, and I tried to explain what happened, but he didn't get it. Yeah, you'll convince him. Yeah,
true.
She texted me saying she'll come get the rest of the stuff after the holidays. So I guess it's over. Maybe I didn't give her enough chances to fix her behavior and we might reconnect if she takes what I said to heart, but at the moment I can't tolerate it. It sucks that I have to be alone through Christmas, and now that I feel I just lost my first love to a streamer. Thank you for all of your advice, and I'm sorry I couldn't apply it better. I wish I had a better update for you all.
I mean,
Oh,
the tricking her with, oh, let's have a date. Actually, we need to talk. That sucks.
Yeah.
But I mean, the fucking.
But doing the stupid Christmas date and then she's like, oh, babe, they're playing Minecraft.
Yeah, like that's fucking ridiculous. That.
oh
yeah.
no, but you don't understand. This time it's gonna be different. It's a randomizer.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Are you ready to hear who the streamer was?
Yes.
Yes.
Enterprising viewers, lock it in now. I'm sure a lot of you got this. It was Saikuno.
Oh damn it. Okay.
Of course, it's Saikuno.
I should have
It
known.
does immediately make sense once you hear it. It's like,
does.
yeah, duh.
Oh my god. This is a good one. This is really good.
This is a good one. Yeah.
The Council has spoken.
Our next one comes from r/am I wrong? Am I wrong though?
Am I freaking wrong, bro?
All right, this is 1 day old. Fresh. And it is a title that is just going to live in my head forever.
I think
Yep.
this is perfect. I actually think this is perfection.
All right, here we go. Am I wrong for wanting to just beat my meat,
No.
then initiate sex?
Jordan can't help himself. No.
Never. Never apologize for being who you are.
I'm doing that shit right now. What?
Yeah. I beat my meat while I'm podcasting.
I'd be podcasting
I'm
with my meat out.
I'm counseling.
I'm podcasting with my Schmied. Okay.
Are we ready to get into this one? Fucking big cock inside out, Dad.
When the but wait sound clip plays. That's me edging.
God.
I'm about to nut. But wait. All right, here we go. So me and 22M, my fiance 23F, have had a great relationship for the past 2 years. No major issues other than our sex drives being a bit misaligned. I'm horny 80% of the time and ready to go. She's horny 10% of the time and needs a push. Sometimes I feel like it can take a lot of foreplay just to get her aroused. I'm talking 30 to 40 minutes of me rubbing, kissing, caressing, massaging, flirting. Oh my God.
Damn.
What the fuck? 40 minutes?
What are you
Brother,
doing
you
wrong,
got a
bro?
second job making your wife come. That's crazy. Oh no. Before she even slightly touches me back, it feels like warming up an old car. Okay, hold on.
Shut up, dude. Shut the fuck up.
That's how I want to be described as for my partner.
It's
I
kind
hope
of she reminds me of a beat to shit old rusty piece of garbage.
Yeah.
She reminds me of my old 1988 Ford.
Alternatively, is he fucking his car?
I mean, some cars.
It feels just like
Maybe.
starting up an old car, you know, when you have to start massaging it and
Yeah, you
licking
gotta
it
hit
and
it a
shit.
bit, jerk off.
Yeah, you got an edge. That's when you put it in neutral and you act like you're going to shift into drive, but you don't. Or you keep the e-brake on. The e-brake is a cock ring in many ways.
Edging the car. It's not a conversation I expected us to have.
I wouldn't have a problem with this at all. I mean, you're not supposed to fuck a vehicle. I wouldn't have a problem with this at all, but having to do it every single time with little to no reciprocation or reaction kind of makes it feel like I'm playing a lottery machine hoping to hit the jackpot. Does this guy just want to fuck machines?
It's the second analogy, so yes.
In many ways, our relationship is as frigid as an air conditioner. But when I'm horny, my penis gets as humid as the humidifier that I fuck. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of a problem with my HVAC. I'm having no vagina at all because she won't fuck me.
Dude,
I hate you so
You're
much.
goated. I don't know
I
what to
think-
say.
That
I
was
think
off the
you should
dome.
be-
That was off the dome. But in my defense, I spend a lot of time in my dome thinking about fucking HVAC machines.
I do think you should be flayed for sure.
Yeah, that's probably true. Sometimes I don't want to do all that and opt to just slide in the bathroom and rub a quick one out. But she doesn't like it when I beat my meat because she wants me to save it for her. But then she proceeds to put forth minimal effort to get it from me in the first place. Is it wrong of me to want to get a quick nut every once in a while? Edit. It's not just the foreplay. Even when we're having sex, she is not an active partner, so I'm doing everything. It feels like a job through and through.
Oh, man.
This is awesome, dude. This is
one's
so good.
good.
All right. So I want to address the hurt, like, being horny only 10% of the time thing. I want to address that first before we get into the whole she's not very good in bed kind of thing. Because I think this guy doesn't understand there are different things that spark arousal rather than just like, well, I'm touching her boobies. Like, what the fuck, bro? Why won't this car start?
Why won't this engine start?
Yeah.
While you are right, there are also people who are in relationships where like one person just is hornier more than the other person.
I agree with that.
That's true.
But
80 to 10, though.
I think
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a pretty big
this is a clear example of a guy that just isn't really in tune with what gets his partner aroused, because there are like a big thing for people sometimes is just like being around each other and having quality time. I know we've mentioned quality time a lot, but just like having time together and moments of just soft intimacy, like being on the couch with one another, that actually is something that like a person can find sexual. Not like snuggling on the couch is sexual to them, but just the act of like sharing moments together is something that can spark intimacy. So it's not like arousal always starts with being groped. It does for me. Hey, you put, you know.
I think what he's describing, and I'm going to give this guy some credit because he goes to bat in the comments for this concept.
Yeah.
And basically he's like, no, we are best friends in every sense of the word, and we love spending time with each other and being together and sharing moments with each other. She just doesn't ever really want to have sex, and this like 30-minute foreplay thing is the only thing they have found that gets her in the mood.
It's hard.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm not explaining that to say that I assume this guy is at like doing something wrong. I don't believe so, because a lot of people think this is how intimacy starts. So I guess that's why I brought it up. But I feel like there is just some misalignment somewhere. Maybe she doesn't even know really what gets her aroused. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
30 minutes
It's possible that she's just not a really sexually active kind of person.
That could be true.
That could be true.
What we're describing is like, we're looking at this from a position of how do we get her as horny as he is, right? But it could also just be the case that for the woman here, sex is not that important to her in the context of the relationship. And for the guy, it is. And for the woman, she feels kind of guilty when she's like, oh, I guess he's got to rub one out. And she's like, no, I'll do it for you, baby. But I won't not often.
Yeah. Okay. If we assume that there isn't some other factor here that is making it as to where she's, I don't know, if a need isn't being met or something, then yes, I do understand the fact that some people are hornier than other people. So going along that train of thought, it is really wild that it's like, no, I'm mad at you for jerking off because you're supposed to save it for me. Okay, when?
She wants him to develop the retention superpowers. She
you're right.
wants him to do the thing where you retain your semen and then you become able to levitate and to throw telekinetic waves at people, blast from across the room with your
yeah, like the vegans in Scott Pilgrim.
For those of you that don't know, if you stop masturbating, and this is all detailed on r/nofap, another fantastic Reddit page, if you stop masturbating, the cum that was in your balls goes up to your brain and you get superpowers. Yeah. And you can fly and turn invisible and throw people through walls and shit. Just the problem is no one does that because jacking off is great. Unfortunately, that's
true.
Yeah, we give up a lot to jerk it off.
It really is like peeing. It just it's a need that just has to just gotta happen. What am I gonna do?
Well, okay, so I guess with respect to this story, I feel like the woman is not being particularly understanding. Because I understand. I'm not saying she should put out more, but I'm saying she should let the guy jack off. That's unbelievable, right?
Yes,
the guy has different sexual needs than her. He's like, here's the stopgap. I'm going to jerk off. And she's like, well, don't do that. I don't know what it is, why she feels that way, but it's something she's got to get over, right?
Yeah, I completely agree. Look, if a person has a higher sex drive, then the way you... All right, I'll just... Fine.
Yeah, say it, dude.
Look,
no, say
I
it.
have a high sex drive. If I get to the point where it's kind of horny right now, I'm just going to go take care of it. It's like taking a dump. I'm just going to go fix that really quick, and then I'm good. It's okay. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I just got to go resolve this issue, and then I'll be all right. So the lack of understanding for that is kind of wild. It's not something that you can constantly just save it. At least that's how it is for me. I can't just save it. I got to go fix it.
Well, okay, you bring up a good point, because usually the phrase save it is no. I want you to save from jacking off because it will make our sex even better because you've been saving it up for a lot, right?
Yeah.
And so you're oh, okay, that's kind of hot and attractive. I'll steel myself. No jerking off for a day, and then you wait, and then you have sex or whatever.
Oh my god.
I know, very unimaginable. And then you go and have sex and you're going crazy mode because you haven't jacked off a bit. So that's the appeal. So if that's happening and she's still I don't know, it's still you're still working with Betsy 1985. It's not, it feels very contradictory about why she says that. Maybe she just feels she's well, you should save it, but in reality she means that makes me feel you don't like me. Right, you don't want to have sex with me.
Maybe.
Right, that's the undertone. Because if you're trying to just code it under save it, it means that when you go and do it, it'll be even crazier. But apparently not, right? So I don't know.
I think the truth of this matter, and we've talked about this a couple of times, is that some people are in relationships that are very fulfilling. They like each other a lot. But for both of them, sex is an important part of that relationship, and they are just not sexually compatible.
Yeah.
And this sounds like one of those positions where they are very good friends You know, they're good for each other, but if sexual compatibility is important to you, which it sounds like it is for this couple, and you don't have it, I mean, you know, sorry.
Yeah. That's the conversation. That's first step. You should be talking to them about this, right? Like being like, what do you like? Where are you with your sex appeal? If you don't, you know, if sex isn't really a big thing for you, maybe we should talk about it more. How often, you know, should I like it? If you are and you want me to spark more moments, how do I do that? You know, there's a lot of easy conversations to have. Yeah. And be like, where are you at? Because I want to meet you where you're at. If you really do, you know, love this person. But like, you know, Joseph said, sometimes it might just be incompatible. Maybe they're like, I just like don't care about sex. And you're like, okay, well, I do. So like, this might be, we might have to talk like for real.
The other thing to note is that it actually changes over time too. Like
can.
sex drive is
True.
it's not a steady thing. I mean, for some people it is. I don't know, for me it is, but it, you know, it changes over time. Like it is a hormonal thing. It's a mental state thing. There's a lot of things that lead to, you know, a person's sex drive or their libido being higher or lower. I mean, shit, like your thyroid deals with what your libido output is, you know? There's just it's a ton of things that happen over time. So it's not just getting to know someone, it's also checking in with them over time. And their preferences can change too. Like different things can like, I don't know. This is something that you need to be talking about a lot more than just the getting to know you phase.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This does suck though, I will say.
It does.
All right. We ready to vote on this one?
Yes.
Sure.
Decision time.
All right. When it comes to the jacking off when it comes to the reluctant semen retainer, is he wrong for wanting to beat his meat, Jordan?
No, he's not wrong for wanting to beat his meat. I do still kind of hold my opinion a little bit that he could be a tad bit better at interrogating different possibilities for the things that could spark moments of arousal, but he's not wrong for wanting to jerk it. Like, I'm sorry, that shit's just gotta happen. Like, you gotta...
Yeah.
Sometimes it's glue time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude.
Danny?
I guess sometimes it's glue time.
That's right, baby.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Sure. No, I don't think he's wrong for being like, I want to get a quick nut. I do think that there is a small argument where you could be like, you know, yes, in the sense that you could be talking to her and being like, listen, this is how I like want to do this, and just being like, instead of your first thought being, well, why can't I just nut? Like, I think you can nut, but I think the real conversation is, why do you have to nut? And the response is, well, because it's hard having sex. It's a larger conversation that has to happen. But no, I don't think you're wrong for trying to just be like, I gotta jerk off. That's something you could talk about too, by the way.
Yeah, I am also going to say that he's not wrong, but if this post is, as some Am I Wrongs are, just him shouting into the void, am I valid for feeling this way? Yes, he totally is.
Yes.
But this has to be the precursor to a discussion with the partner. It can't be a substitute for it. Like, Reddit can't do this work for you. Yes, this is a reasonable feeling for you to have. Now you got to go work it out.
Yep.
Also, all the comments, all the comments are like from people who were like, had this exact same problem with my partner. Do not do it under any circumstances. They were like, it will eat away at you. 40 years.
Yeah,
and I was
40,
like, okay.
80 years from now. It's like, all right, man. We're talking about his problem, not yours.
Sorry.
The Council has spoken.
This third one was deleted, but I was happy that we got to see it originally. This is, it's from AITAH. Am I the asshole for refusing to tone down my cooking skills to make my friend feel better? All right, this one's 6 days old. It goes, I, 27F, love to cook. I grew up in a family where food was a big deal, and over the years I've gotten pretty good at it. Cooking is my hobby, my stress relief, and something I genuinely enjoy. My friend, Jess, 26F, recently started learning to cook because she wants to become a more domestic for her boyfriend.
Yeah.
I smell a buried lead here. She's new to it, and while I think it's great that she's trying, she is still in the beginner phase. Lots of overcooked pasta, under-seasoned chicken, general trial and error, which is fine, of course. Everybody starts somewhere. The issue started after a recent dinner party at my place. I made a pretty simple meal: roast chicken, mashed potatoes, and a salad. Everybody complimented the food, and Jess got weirdly quiet. Later, she texted me saying she felt like I was showing off and it was discouraging for her to see me cook so easily when she struggles so much. At first, I reassured her that it just takes practice, but then she even asked me if I could dial it back next time. Maybe use simpler recipes, act like I don't know certain techniques, or even mess up a little so she doesn't feel so behind. I told her that was ridiculous. Cooking is something I love, and I'm not going to intentionally make bad food just to make her feel better. She got upset and told some mutual friends I'm being unsupportive and that I care more about being good at cooking than encouraging her. Now, a couple of friends think I could have been more considerate, like maybe not making anything too fancy or complicated when she's around, but I think it's absurd. It's not like I'm making Michelin star meals, just regular food that happens to taste good. Am I the asshole for refusing to dumb down my cooking to protect her feelings? What are we thinking?
No.
Love it. Thank you.
I don't know. Like, this is so strange. Like, are you people robots? Like, fuck, dude.
Okay, this woman in the story, if she exists at all, suffers from what I like to call millennial disease. Yeah, which is, it's a total millennial thing. The millennials, they're all quirk chunguses. They all have pet heckin' doggos, and this all happens. They get into something like cooking or baking or painting, and then immediately encounter someone who is better at it than them because they've been doing it for a week.
Yep.
And they're like, this is ridiculous. I can't believe I'm not instantly the best at this thing I just started.
Yep.
That's a classic.
I don't understand how, as a human, you can't immediately be like, oh, this person has been cooking for their entire life. They're going to be way ahead of me. Instead, you have to be like, I have to beat them from a knowledge base of nothing, and you start cutting backdoor deals to fuck them up like they're on Hell's Kitchen, and you're like, could you maybe call Gordon Ramsay a slur? Like, I'm trying to preserve my spot on here. It's insane. It's unbelievable.
You say that, but I really do think these two could be on like a MasterChef episode. And
this would be a good
she's like,
MasterChef.
can you like tone it down a bit? Like, Gordon Ramsay really likes your stuff, and like, oh, and the producers are like eating it up. Like, oh my god, we got to record it. Get her on camera.
Oh man.
It's, I don't know. I get the frustration of like, I really want to learn this thing, but it's specifically about cooking. And this happens with a lot of people where they don't understand that cooking is a skill, right? Which is weird because Jess clearly understands that cooking is a skill that needs to be learned, but also is frustrated with herself and the poster that she hasn't mastered it yet. And obviously you're not going to do that, right? Like, this person has been cooking for forever. You're not going to be as good at it as them. Like, cooking is so clearly a thing to be good at, right? So you should understand the fact that it's going to take time, and somebody that's done it for so much longer than you have is going to be better at it than you. So just stick it out. Like, I don't get it. Learn it. Right? Is that crazy? Am I?
No.
No.
Okay.
But it is strange to call it unsupportive because, like, there is a version of this conversation that goes better, which is like, you are new to cooking, you're impressed by what this person put together, and instead you go, can you help me get better at cooking?
Yes.
And instead they're just like, could you get shittier so if you ever cross my fucking path again, I won't feel inferior? And okay, this is the actual thing that I think is kind of the root of all of this is, I think people need to get more acquainted with feelings of inferiority.
Right.
I don't know how
Yeah.
this has happened. I don't know how we've all decided that we all have to be the best at everything ever. Other people are allowed to be better than you are at some things. All right? That's not a reflection of you as an individual. It doesn't make you some sort of weird loser. It means that they're at a different point in their life when it comes to that thing relative to you.
Right.
And for some reason, I don't know why so many people take it personally.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. You know what it is? I think it comes with like being mature, age, you know, like understanding like the older you get, the
This
more
woman
you kind
is
of
26 though.
I know. That's the thing. I say this and I know she's 26.
But we can read a little bit between the lines here, right? Like, she is also stupid. She's learning cooking to become more domestic for her boyfriend. All right.
You said it, not me. I don't know. I think like maybe when I say age, I don't mean like physical, literal age, but like the idea that you have aged, you know, mentally, right? And you can because I feel like the more emotionally mature you get, the more you encounter these scenarios, the more you feel comfortable with being like, oh, I'm not that good at this. I'm going to learn. I'm going to try and get better. And it's okay. I don't have to be good week one, right?
Right.
I am going to screw this up. And that's part of learning. And that's hard. That's hard to admit the younger you are. Sometimes it's, younger people can do it, but I do feel like the more experiences you have, the more kind of time you've explored with things that you've never done, the more you get used to being like the new person or being not great at whatever you're trying.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there is an inferiority here, not just because of the cooking, but because since she's trying to like be more domestic for her boyfriend, that she thinks that her boyfriend is like gonna leave her for somebody that can cook
you
better?
got that for sure.
Yeah.
Bingo,
No, 100%. She's like,
bingo.
I guess I can't even be a housewife, right?
Yeah.
No, you 100% got this. Yeah.
That
fuck.
makes me kind of worried about like how the boyfriend acts.
Maybe that's kind of her whole situation. I'm like, I don't know.
Why can't you cook like OP does?
Yeah.
Now I'm done. Like I wanted good turkey and mashed potatoes.
Oh yeah. What if it's like on the drive home from the party? He's like, oh man, her food was just so good. Did you ever take notes on it? Like, did you ask her how to cook this? You should cook this. It's better than that thing you made last
happening,
week. Like, ugh.
the
Gross.
solution is so much
reading,
easier. Just kill him.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
I will do whatever I can to blame this on a man.
Yeah, it's like how can
No
how
men
can I
in this
make this
story,
about men?
but actually there is a man. I don't know. I do like the Harrison Bergeron solution. That's like really funny to me. Is like just get shitty. Like, what's your problem? Like, also not to be an asshole. She's like, could you make less fancy, like exciting meals? And the meal is roast chicken, mashed
Roast
potatoes, and a salad.
Chicken.
What do you want me to fuck up in the salad? Just leave the lettuce out for a couple of days? Like, what the fuck?
Just a bowl of balsamic vinaigrette. That's your salad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That sounds good, though.
Like, that does sound good. Well, like, how do you F that up? Like, what? Like, you like forget the dressing or something? Like, I don't know. Mashed potatoes is like the easiest thing to make. They put that shit in boxes, bro. Like,
You just don't cook the potatoes. Like, you just put a raw potato on their plate.
yeah,
That's how
you
to fuck
mash
it
it up, and it's
Mash
like,
it
yeah,
yourself.
I thought that's what mashed potatoes were. I didn't realize you gotta cook them.
potatoes.
Boil them, like, with water? Huh?
Don't use beans and chili and explain why it's woke.
Are we ready to vote on this one?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Decision time.
All right. Are they the asshole for refusing to tone down their cooking? 3, 2, 1. No. No.
The Council has spoken.
All right. And I guess that concludes today's. Any final thoughts, everybody?
This show is like Jubilee. So,
That's true.
It is, yeah. We got to connect it back to the beginning.
Two straight guys versus one gay guy.
I'm not a gay guy, unless you're
You
talking
are
about
gay.
you. In which case,
What?
congratulations.
Oh my god.
I always knew.
Oh my god.
Okay, what if Jubilee knockoff, but Danny sits in the chair and then it's me and Jillian trying to convince him to become gay.
Can 20 LGBTQ convince this straight guy to be gay?
Yeah, wait, that's a much better idea.
I'd actually watch that.
You'd
They
be
write
watching, you'd be in
themselves.
it, baby.
Yeah,
It'd be me in the damn chair.
you're going to the chair, bro.
All right, okay, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.